atoms. Oh,
Hope your GoPro is running, Nate.
oh, it is. Oh my God. Hey guys, what's up? Dark Owl here, and today we're going to talk about the new, or my new, 2023-2024 X-Pro Titan DLX. I say 2023-2024 because usually when you get your bike in the mail, essentially, it's ordered online and delivered to your house. So this bike may have came out, I want to say 2021 or 2022, but let's say you order it in 2023 or 2024, usually until a new model comes out officially, whenever you get it, it's just going to be that year model, usually. 9 times out of 10, that's my experience. This is my 6th Chinese bike that I've received in the mail. I've had 3 different types of Grom clones. I had the 5-speed EFI bike. It was the orange one. I can't remember what it was called. That was from Venom Motorsports. Most of them were from Venom Motorsports. This one was from Power Sports Max, and I just want to show you guys what it looks like. And I didn't do an unboxing video just because of they're all pretty much the same. I actually wanted to get it together and show you the ins and outs after I have kind of messed with it and looked at it and ridden it a little bit. I wanted to make sure everything felt fine. I know some people, if you've ordered from online and got one of these Chinese bikes, shipping, depending on how it's handled, is iffy sometimes. It depends on who you're ordering from and the carrier that company uses to get their bikes to your house. So most of the time it's going to be in the States here, Sayas, or it's going to be R&L carriers from my experience. And that's from every different company that I've ordered from. So this one was R&L carriers. I know last time that I received the Ruckus clone, my front forks were a little messed up and the box was messed up and bent, and I had some shipping oil all over the bike itself, and it kind of flooded the carburetor, which I had to fix. But after that, if you know what you're doing, it runs perfectly fine. Having said that, I'm going to go ahead and just dive into this. I don't want to keep rambling about a bunch of nonsense. Now, real quick, you can get this off of Amazon and many other places, but I have found that Power Sports Max, even though they have a really bad review average, it's really bad. I took a gamble. A lot of YouTubers and a lot of people that I have talked to didn't have any problems. So I said, screw it. I'm going to do it anyway. So I did it. It got here really quick. And the quality of this thing is badass. So let's just go ahead and jump into it. I just want to show you guys this rear assembly and this hub is actually really, really solid compared to a lot of the other X-Pro bikes. And it's probably because it's going to be a lot bigger bike. So you're going to have some a lot stronger and way more sturdier parts. I think it's really well made. Nice slotted rotor in the back there. I do like the chain tensioners on this thing. From some of the other bikes, usually the tension screw here or the lock nuts on them, they tend to get loose and strip very easily, which I never really liked. This is a really cool feature. It just helps you adjust without messing with it a whole lot and having a bunch of loose parts and having inaccuracies when adjusting. I've never really had that problem, but this just seems, this swing arm on the back seems a lot more solid, and it seems to be a lot nicer of a build quality, which is actually really cool. When it comes, you'll have to put on the front tire, and this rear tire will be pretty much pushed all the way up into the rear fender, because you'll have to put these 2 guys in right here. And then this one is just your, it mounts to the frame back to the rear swing arm, and you'll have to bolt these 2 in. And of course, always with these Chinese bikes, you guys want to use Loctite on all of these. There's a little rubber washer thing right here, a little plug. And this comes out, which I don't recommend taking out because it angles down away from your plate. So if you take this out, you're going to be shooting hot exhaust gases, possibly some flames, depending on how you're tuned and if you adjust your carburetor or buy a upgraded carburetor. You don't want to be shooting flames at your plastic turn signals. So I took that out, and unfortunately the screw fell all the way down into the bottom of here. You cannot get it out unless you shake it out, so I had to drill this hole out a little bit more. Having done that, I noticed that there's no chamber in here. It's just completely hollow with a pipe. So in here, once you take this plug out, you can feel the exhaust gases come out of this too. But yeah, one thing that I wanted to point out was this right here has a spring on it. So if you take this bolt out, take this spring off, you can take off the exhaust. So that's a cool feature with this bike, because you can pretty much get any exhaust that you want to that'll fit this. And most of the Chinese exhausts come with adapters. So yeah, if you want to get rid of this thing, unlike some of the other bikes out there, you don't have to buy a full exhaust system, which is going to cost you couple $100 for a cheap one. Cool thing with these too, chances are these are going to these footrests or these foot pegs, you can buy name brand ones. KTM ones and other ones like that will fit this. So that is another big plus. I'm definitely, which I've always done, I'm going to get a Nibby carburetor for this thing and probably get rid of the induction system. Maybe, I don't know. I might try it stock with the stock box and that. Definitely gonna get a carburetor upgrade, but straight out of the box, this is probably the first Chinese bike that I did not have issues with starting it the first time. I changed the oil out, put some fuel in it, and it started immediately. Usually you have to kind of finagle it or start it a ton, but it started right up and it sounded very healthy. So here's a cool thing. If you can see right here, I don't know if you can see, there's like a brand on here, and this brand is on everything, which is really cool. I've never heard of it, haven't really looked it up, but if you look in there, the rear shock absorber has that brand on there too. You can see it there, and it has it on the front forks. And by the way, these front forks look really, really nice. And they're adjustable, I believe. With those screws there, you can adjust in how hard or soft you want them, which is really cool. What else do I want to talk about? Obviously, you can upgrade the headlight. Comes with an LED headlight. And it comes with a halogen little tiny bulb. I actually have a big bag of LEDs that I'm going to swap that out. And probably going to swap out that as well. I thought about doing like a halo setup and just modifying this whole thing, doing a retrofit look, which would be really cool. Not bad turn signals. Sometimes you get these really chunky, ugly, big turn signals, and these aren't bad at all. Really nice front hub here, slotted rotor, and a really nice brake caliper and brake system setup. What else here? I think that's pretty much it. Threw that on just to ride it up and down the street a little bit in the neighborhood, but I wanted to point out, with this system here, this setup, the rear brake light has 3 LEDs underneath this. I know in some states, most states, if not all states, it's illegal if you do not have a plate light on it. Technically, this bike comes with a plate light, but the problem is it's like pinkish red because it's not white, so it's not, you can't differentiate the brake light and the plate light separately. So that is a problem. I keep all my parts. If you see that little black thing right there, it came off of a license plate mount that you can get off of Amazon, where it has the holes for your plate, and it comes with the side holes on each side for your turn signals. It's a fender delete kit is what it is. I was trying to think of what it was. The license plate light comes off of that. So luckily I had that, and I wired it in, and it was super easy to do, and I'll show you guys what it looks like now. Cool little switch here. Really nice, slim little cluster here. It does not have a fuel level indicator, which you'll probably just have to keep checking in there and adjust and look. Sometimes give it the old shake. But if you see here, now it lights up nice and white. I recommend you guys getting some sort of plate light. And you can actually buy these lights too, right here. Super cheap. Super, super cheap. If you see back there, see that little glow from there? There's like a little pink glow. And that's what sucks. It's not bright enough to light up your plate at all. And even if it does, it's gonna be the wrong color. So it's gonna look just like a red brake light, like your license plate light is out. And in Illinois, they're pretty strict about that, and it's an issue and it's a problem. Chances are you're going to ticket. The bill of sale and all that will show off-road motorcycle, so that should help you get it registered for street legal use, since it does have headlight, tail light, brake lights, turn signals, and all that. But again, I can't stress the fact that it doesn't have a really good plate light. So that may be a problem for a lot of you guys. So I highly recommend getting a plate light and adding it in there. And real quick, I'll just shut off the light to show you what it looks like. I've got windows, but still it should be a little bit darker. There you go. Looks a lot better, so that way it lights up. I can show you the turn signals real quick too. I'm gonna point out that this is a really nice setup also. I love the throttle. Really cool. You can buy these aftermarket, and that's kind of a nice upgrade too, just to keep it more slimline, and you don't have this big bulky chunky unit here where your starter and kill switch, horn, all that are connected into this, so it actually cleans up nicely and has a lot of space with it. Comes with these cool handlebars, so if you choose the color like mine, it comes with these color grips, which is really cool. But here's your left side switch setup. So you have your brights on, off, headlights on, off, really bright headlight. And then you push this in, and that's your brights. It has a nice click, but you can push it halfway and it'll flash. Turn signals, really nice, no hyper flash, really clean. Really, really clean look. Real quick too, underneath here, it comes with a really long piece of plastic, and then right there, if you notice, right here, there is a reflector that I did not put on because I ended up cutting it off. I like the cleaner look, just like that. So you really don't have to do much. It looks a lot better with that. Comes with a 21-inch front wheel and an 18 rear. It looks really small in videos and stuff like that, in pictures, but it's not. Cool little switch or foot lever here for your gearing. So that's really nice. That's kind of like an aftermarket as well. Oh yeah, nice little, here's that brand again. I don't know what brand that is, but you got a chain guide and a really nice thick rear sprocket. 47 tooth, 520 pitch, and I think it comes with a 13 front, and I ended up actually taking that out because I had a 12, so I dropped it down one tooth. Makes it a lot more torqueier, so that way you can have more fun. I'm gonna practice my wheelies on this thing, I think, in some parking lots and stuff like that. Obviously, you gotta do it legally, and not on the road, guys. So with this bike, you will have to put your foot on the brake to start it. Should start up right away. Nice and smooth. I did have to adjust the idle a little bit when it came out of the box. I had to turn it up just a smidge because it was too low. It is colder here, obviously. Sounds really good though. Let's see if I can get a good exhaust note. Comes with 2 keys, as usual. Usually they come with 2 keys. But yeah, other than that, I think this is a really good build quality. Sometimes some of the old Chinese bikes, or in the past that I've bought, when you buy them and ride them, the handlebars, your hands start to vibrate and get odd feeling. They feel crampy because of the vibration. But this thing is solid, really, really solid, well built. And I'm probably going to do a 17 front, 18 back, and do street tires at some point. So that's the plan. So I'll probably ride this season with the knobby tires. I don't have a problem with that. They grip really well and they feel really good, especially since Illinois has some horrible, really shitty roads. But yeah, at some point we're going to swap these out. Like I said, probably going to do a retrofitted light, probably a new slip-on. And I'm definitely, I mean, not a whole lot. I'm definitely going to swap out to an NIMBY carburetor. That's what I've always used on all my bikes. I believe this one will be a 28 that you would want to get. Make sure that you get, and I'll show you guys real quick too. This is probably the last thing here. Make sure you get one that has open ends like this. Don't get the ones where you have to connect it to a intake manifold, because this already has that already. So all you have to do, if you notice here, and if I can see on here, it usually tells the size, but you should be good with, this is 28, but I'll get those specs up in the video. I'll post them up somewhere on there. But a Nibby carburetor should be fine. You should be able to just swap it out easily. If you plan on using a cone filter on this end, just buy a cone filter for this end, and you'll be fine. I don't see any charcoal canister setup, any of that crap in here. It doesn't mean that it's not there. I haven't gotten that in depth into looking at that, but realistically, it shouldn't be hard to delete or get rid of. Oh yeah, so real quick, this bike also comes with a kickstart right here. I have not used it. So above all, I think I give this bike a 10 out of 10. Out of all the Chinese bikes that I've had, this one surpasses, and this, I've had other X-Pro bikes. I had an X-Pro, one of my previous vids was the X-Pro Grom clone. I ended up selling that because I didn't feel like I was gonna ride it a ton. It was kind of like a quick random on-the-spot purchase. I ended up selling it very quickly since it was brand new. At the end of the day, guys, 10 out of 10 on this bike. They come in some cool colors. They come in the green like mine, which I like, the high-vis yellow, whatever you want to call it. Matches my my visors and gloves and stuff like that. It comes in orange, red, a nice blue color, and it comes in black, I believe. This is the newest version. The cool thing above all that I like about this bike is, versus some of the other Chinese bikes that I've purchased, a lot of it is just swappable. So if you do want to upgrade parts and upgrade a lot and throw some stuff at it, everything is swappable. And one of the bikes, the orange Chinese bike that I got from Venom, the 350 GT, whatever it was, the one thing that I didn't like about that was that the rear sprocket on that thing, you couldn't buy anywhere. You couldn't, it had a weird center bore size, and nothing would fit. At the end of the day, you couldn't find anything unless you actually did some sort of fabrication yourself or find a company that makes sprockets. Cool thing with this is pretty standard. It's got a 6-bolt pattern on it, and you can swap out if you wanted to. One thing that I just remembered too is a lot of people, I've seen videos where people say, oh, well, you know, you can't change the miles per hour or kilometers per hour or whatever. All these bikes do. All of them do. You just have to do it right. So with this one, you need to make sure that it shows miles right here on your odometer. So if you click that once, your trip, if it's on trip, you cannot change out from kilometers to miles per hour. You have to make sure it's on the odometer. And if you hold it down, it changes it to kilometers an hour. Hold it down again, miles per hour. But I think I'm gonna leave that here, guys. I think that's it. That's all she wrote, I guess. Lots of videos to come with this thing. I'm super stoked. Hopefully I didn't rant too much. If you have any questions or any comments, leave them down below. I always respond to comments. If I didn't cover something, let me know. I'll definitely cover that or respond to a comment so that way you can get the information that you need. Other than that, 10 out of 10, badass bike, super fun, a lot better build quality than most Chinese bikes and a lot of the X-Pro brand bikes that I've bought before. And yeah, guys, you know what to do. Stay safe, ride safe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.